Hey everybody, welcome back into the video. So, like I was mentioning, like kind of live stream, that I was very confident that Nintendo would announce the Switch 2. Like, I was very confident in it. Although it was a little shaky towards the end, not gonna lie, because I just assumed, like everybody else, that we would get an, they would put out a tweet saying, hey, tune in the next day or whatnot. But no, they decided not to. They decided out of freaking nowhere to do a shadow drop where they put up a little 2-minute trailer. So we're gonna take a look at the trailer and then we'll go over the details. And there you have it. That's the trailer that they did. About 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's actually shorter than I kind of thought it would be. But I guess, Nate the Hate, he was dead on with what the trailer would entail. Like, he was dead freaking on. He was right about the date. He was right about what it would be. And here we go. So, before I kind of give my final thoughts on this whole shebang, we got some images to go over, courtesy of Nintendo's official website for the Switch 2. We open up with kind of like the promo image for the console, and I gotta say, the design of the Switch 2, I like it. It looks sleek. Sure, like, it's not that different from the current Switch, but I mean, I just wanted a bigger, more powerful Switch, and that's what I'm getting with it, so I'm generally happy with the design, and I think the Switch 2 looks better compared to the design of the Switch 1. This is more of a, upgrade that doesn't change much, but at least on the outside anyway. But I do like that the Joy-Cons are actually quote-unquote black, and they actually has the neon colors of the blue and orange from the original Switch that are like so iconic. So that's awesome. I really like it. Now with that out of the way, let's go to the official website where we have some details to go over. So here we go. You can play Nintendo Switch exclusive games as well as Switch games on Switch 2. There's some things we need to go over first though. So bear with me. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Switch games. Music to my ears. Certain Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. I have a theory about that. Well, I'll get to that later. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. Nintendo Switch Online members can continue using the service on Switch 2. I haven't used Nintendo Switch Online in like 4 or 5 years, honestly, because I stopped using it after like 2020, I think it was the last time I was subbed to it. So I just never renewed it. So I just kind of never used it really enough to warrant, resubbing or anything like that. I probably will resub again when the Switch 2 comes out, probably. So I know I'm gonna get. So I know paying for online is a scam. It truly is. I never really played online on the Switch to begin with, honestly. I just mainly used it for Mario Maker 2 mostly. And the classic games, that you got with the sub-service. That's mostly what I used it for. But anyway, continue, from that rambling on, let's continue. Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Switch 2. Stay tuned for a closer look at the Nintendo Direct presentation on April 2nd, 2025. And I have that day off, so I will be live streaming that presentation. And I have a gut feeling you better have your wallets ready because I have a hunch that's when we're gonna get the release date and the price. And I think pre-orders will go up shortly after that. So if I were you, I'd just quickly select what retail you're gonna get it from, and have your payment information ready because I have a feeling this is gonna fly off the shelves because Nintendo has they've been preparing actually quite a bit of stock, so seemingly hopefully kind of help deal with, so we don't have any that scalping situation like we did with the original Switch when that first came out. Because I remember you could not find it. It was hard to find a Switch for a while. I got mine like 3 months after it came out. But still though, it was not easy to find from what I remember. It reminded me of what happened with the original Wii back in the day. For Nintendo fans who have been around as long as I have, you would know what I'm talking about with that situation. Anyway, continuing. So yeah, before launch, you could actually go hands-on with Nintendo Switch. With Switch 2, I believe the latest is like June 1st. So I have a feeling we might not. The release date I have a feeling is June. I think that's when this thing is actually coming out. So the first date is April 4th, so literally 2 days after the presentation. Makes sense. New York, Los Angeles, and Dallas, they're not coming near my area, so I won't be able to, the experience. So shame though, because I would have went for sure to get my hands on with this thing, totally. But oh well though, it is what it is. I'll just wait to get my own when the system actually comes out. Anyway, finally, if you're wondering why, one reason to randomly drop a Switch 2 teaser, this is from Jason Schreier on Blue Sky by the way, 2.5 months ahead of the proper reveal to be allow third-party companies to start officially announcing their game for the system. There's a certain presentation next week. I think Xbox fans would know what one I'm talking about because there is a certain game being shown there that I have a very high suspicion that is going to be coming to Switch 2, which is Doom: The Dark Ages. Much like Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I have a big hunch that Doom: The Dark Ages will come to Switch 2. Now, will it be at launch? I don't know. Just depends on what id Software has plans for it. But I have a gut feeling that's going to be one of the games that is going to be on Switch 2. So I just have a gut feeling. This is a good old suspicion I have, and it makes sense because both, games in the Doom rebooted series are on Switch. It just makes perfect sense for Doom and Dark Ages to come to Switch 2. So it just makes perfect sense to me. But sure, it might not be at 60 FPS or anything like that, but it would probably still be playable, and I have a feeling it'll be Panic Button doing the port again because they've done phenomenal work with the Doom series, as well they did Wolfenstein 2 for Switch as well. So I mean, they've done pretty good work. So yeah, I have a gut feeling that Doom: The Dark Ages is going to be a third-party game that will be on Switch 2. Another one, which is kind of funny because since Nate got this right, chances are he's 100% right about Halo: The Master Chief Collection coming to Switch 2 and PS5. I have a gut feeling that's going to be another game though, inevitably be on Switch 2. Because if he's right about this, he's definitely most likely correct about Halo and Flight Simulator going multi-plat this year. And just according from Windows Central corroborated on that, by the way. And there's other ones too, like Gears of War Ultimate apparently is another one. Just various examples. But yeah, so if you want... Now here's comes my theory, another theory that I had. When they were talking about the backwards compatibility, I think the games they're talking about that are not going to be fully compatible or not work is the games that involve Labo or use the IR sensor because that doesn't exist on the Switch 2. So I think that's what they mean by games may not be fully work properly on the Switch 2. I think that's what Nintendo is referring to Which most games, you know, you're going to be fine because run your both physical and digital games, which is awesome. That's great news to me, especially because I own games that are both physical and digital on my Switch. So that's great news to me. Works for me. So, you know, I just hope my Pro Controller will work with the Switch 2 so I don't have to buy another one for the Switch 2. But knowing Nintendo, I'll probably have to, because I mostly use the Pro Controller when I'm playing my Switch. But yeah, so my general thoughts on this one, it's not surprising. It's not surprising that because of everything that we heard about it before this whole thing happened. But all I wanted at the end of the day was just a more powerful, bigger Switch, and that's what I'm getting with it. I've seen some complaints about the naming, but I'm like, Sony's done it with every single console they made. So why can't Nintendo? I get Nintendo has been, like, they've been gimmicky with some of their platforms in the past. You know, the Wii, for instance, but here's the thing, though. Switch is so successful, so why change what ain't broken? You know, why fix what ain't broken is the old saying. And considering how huge the Switch had, what it became, and what it blew up, how it inspired all these PC handhelds, it makes perfect sense for them to just be iterative for this new system. It makes perfect sense. It just continued the Switch line. It makes total sense to me. And it's not like, you know, immediately going to stop making Switch games, because I'm hearing there's going to be a Switch 1 Direct in February, from what I've heard. So, I mean, they're going to still support the Switch a little bit, but like the heavy hitters like Mario Kart, they're going to be exclusive to the Switch 2, because that's how they're going to sell the system. So, April 2nd, I definitely will be live streaming that presentation, so they'll be announced timing, so as soon as I know, I'll let you know, so then, hey, then you can join me on April 2nd, we will do a live reaction to it, and there you go. So that's the Switch 2 in a nutshell. So what are you guys' thoughts on the reveal? I'm generally pretty happy with what I saw, especially it's what I expected from it. You know, nothing too surprising, but yeah, that's the Switch 2. But anyway, that's it for this video. What did you guys think of the reveal? Let me know down in the comment section below. Are you picking up a Nintendo Switch 2 day 1 or later on? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm gonna attempt to get one day 1. Because I have a feeling Pro's going to go live as soon as the Direct is over. I just have a gut feeling about that. But I'll see you on the next one. Until then, have a good one.